So while an internship isn't a part of the Bachelor of Commerce International program, we do have a lot of experience of students who choose to stay on following their year studying abroad to complete an internship in the country that speaks their chosen language. So we have really positive experiences there, and we do have a career development centre and our language coordinators here within the school who can support you in doing that. Just very briefly to mention as well that we do have some specific language requirements for these programs. So a H3 in French for the Bachelor of Commerce International with French, a H4 in German for our German program, and a H4 in the Modern EU language for our Bachelor of Commerce International with Spanish program. So then to talk about our Bachelor of Commerce Le Gaeilge, so a program that combines business education with Irish. So it's a 4-year program. On average, we have an intake of about 15 students. So you do get to enjoy that smaller and more close-knit class. So while studying a range of business subjects, you also have that opportunity to really develop your Irish language skills and gain a really unique and valuable insight into the Irish language. Just to say for this program, for anyone who might be interested in being a secondary school teacher, this course satisfies all of the Irish subject requirements for students who want to pursue a career in that area. So I would definitely be recommending this program for anyone who has a flair for the Irish language. Maybe I'm potentially looking to combine that with a career in business, or perhaps a career in education, and really expand your career options. So year 3 of this program is structured a small bit differently again. So within semester 1, students complete a semester in Ion Cararua, so Irish Medium Studies. So it's essentially described as like spending a semester at the Gaeltacht. So it's really a great opportunity to immerse yourself in the Irish Gaeltacht culture and bond with your classmates while living in the Gaeltacht and really build those connections with your classmates. In semester 2, students have the opportunity then to complete an internship in an Irish speaking environment to really help enhance and improve your fluency skills in a business and an applied context. So again, just important to say for this program that all business subjects are taught through English, and then it's the language subjects that can be a small bit different. You start off obviously through a kind of English combination, and as you move through the program, then you start to improve your fluency. So our Bachelor of Commerce Accounting program. So this program is designed to ensure that it has the maximum exemptions available for the professional examinations in Ireland. It's a 3-year course, but it does have an opportunity to offer that global experience component, a work placement and a study abroad. So my advice to students would always be, if you're 110% sure you want to be an accountant, then this is the program for you. It's designed in that way to set you up for careers in accountancy, taxation, corporate finance, all of those areas, and offers those maximum exemptions available for professional accounting exams. But I would say to students, if you're 95% sure you want to go down this route, but you might like to keep your options open for different areas that you can specialize in final year, then you might like to look at our other more mainstream programs that do offer more variety in terms of subjects you can specialize in during the final year of the program. So obviously a huge advantage of the program is that it does have those maximum professional exemptions. But another advantage that students on the program have is that you really have the opportunity to benefit from our relationships with industry. So firms like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY, we're really engaged with those partners, and they engage with us in a huge variety of different ways, from career mentoring to providing internships to coming onto campus to share their experience and insights with students. So a huge amount of exciting opportunities that are available to students through these partnerships as well. So there is a prerequisite for this program. So you do need to be studying accounting for Leaving Cert, and you would need to secure a H4 grade in accounting. Then the last program I'm going to talk about is our Business Information Systems program. So this is the program that I mentioned earlier is EFMD accredited, which really means that it meets the highest international standards for programs in this area, the best of the best. And it really explores the use of technology in the modern business environment. So students coming onto this program have an opportunity to develop skills in technology, business, IT, and really combine these skills to set them up for future success in their careers. So the program really develops the agility of our graduates. It gives you the stepping stones to catapult to a highly successful career in business and technology. And it's formed around these 3 pillars. So business, so the marketing, the management, economics, those core areas of business that I spoke about earlier. You have the technology side, so the programming, the coding, the web design, the app design, multimedia development, and then you have the technology implementation side. So really about how you incorporate those skills within the work environment that you're operating in to be able to really add value. So students from this program then, like in terms of the careers that you might progress onto, so business analyst, programmer, IT manager, cybersecurity analyst, consultant, like they're just a couple of examples of the types of careers that you might progress onto. Our graduates then from this program would be employed by the likes of Accenture, Cisco, Google, IBM, Deloitte, Primerica, Lionbridge, just to name a few. So we obviously live in an age where after the last couple of years, digitalization happened at an absolutely unprecedented rate and continues to do so. It's a completely different world compared to a few years ago and a much more digitalized world. So graduates from this program, more than ever, are highly sought after by employers. So that brings me to the end of the programs that I'm going to talk about. I'm just very briefly going to run through a couple of FAQs that you might have, a couple of burning questions around some of the programs that we offer and the opportunities that we provide. So can I transfer from the BCom into the BCom Global Experience and or a language program? So as mentioned earlier in the presentation, for the BCom Global Experience, yes, we do offer an opportunity in second year for you to apply to transfer from the Bachelor of Commerce across into the Bachelor of Commerce Global Experience. And it's based on your grades from year one and offered on a competitive basis. With respect to the language component, you might be aware, or you might not be, but it's good to be, that Spanish, German, and Irish are offered as optional modules in first year on the Bachelor of Commerce program. If after first year you'd like to continue with the language, depending on your grades and spaces available on the programs, we do offer students the opportunity to apply to transfer across into our language programs as well. So unfortunately, that option is not currently available for French, but it is for German, Irish, and Spanish. So here there's an opportunity to be strategic with your CAO. You could put Bachelor of Commerce Global Experience as your number one, or Bachelor of Commerce International with a Language as your number one if you liked, or the Bachelor of Commerce Gaeilge, and the regular commerce is your number two. If you don't secure the points for the higher points course, you still will have opportunities to pursue those areas within the mainstream program. So how many contact hours are there per week? You can expect about 18 contact hours per week. So you'll have your lectures, which are your larger groups of students. So maybe up to words of 400 students in a classroom, but you'll also have learning communities, which are smaller groups where you engage in what we call tutorials to reinforce what you're learning. But it also gives you that opportunity to have more of an intimate, smaller classroom basic size experience. I always say to students that when you're working full time, you're working 35 to 40 plus hours per week. So 18 hours is very good in terms of giving you that foundation, the skills, the expertise, but also allowing you the time to do your work outside of the classroom and to engage with clubs and societies. So are students who didn't study accounting or economics and Leaving Cert going to struggle with those modules when they come here? The answer is no. We would hope not. All of our subjects again assume students have no prior background knowledge in those areas, so they're all taught from introductory level. So if you haven't done those subjects for Leaving Cert, that's absolutely no problem at all. We don't have an expectation that you did. We start at an introductory level and we build on that foundation as we go. What is the difference between global and international programs? So there's two key differences. The global program is all delivered through English. So even when students engage on their study abroad experience, it's delivered completely through English. And then the work placement element is the second difference. So there's no work placement involved with the Bachelor of Commerce International program, as I mentioned before. But again, it is important to say that we do have students every year who decide to stay on in the countries that they've been studying in and pursue internship opportunities there, and we support them in doing so. So is maths important for commerce courses? So I think going into any type of business role, it's important to have numerical skills. But the guidance that we would give students is that if you're comfortable with maths for ordinary level for Leaving Cert, you won't struggle with the maths components that we have available on the commerce programs. We also do have opportunities on campus for additional supports outside of your lectures and your tutorials, and our lecturers who are always willing and obliging to support students that might be having any difficulties. And we do have a resource on campus that's called Sums. And it's essentially like getting free maths grinds. If you're having issues with a maths question, you can go in there and study with them, and they'll provide you with essentially with free grinds. So what accounting exemptions do I get if I complete the BCom Accountant versus the other programs? So again, through the BCom accounting, you'll gain the maximum exemptions available. Those exemptions are available on the Bachelor of Commerce, on the Global Experience Program, and a lot of those exemptions are available on the international programs. But it's up to the individual student on those programs to make sure that they're picking the right subjects throughout their studies to make sure that they're secure in those opportunities. And then what is the ratio between exams and continuous assessment? So this can vary between subject to subject, but typically 20 to 30% of a subject might be completed in continuous assessment. So a small bit different to the Leaving Cert. It's not all dependent on your performance on one day. Across the semester, you have the opportunity to build up your marks before you go into your final exams. Just to spotlight some of our current students and recent graduates, if you're on TikTok, I'm sure you've heard of Corja. So the all-male dancing group, Irish Dancing, who've clocked up millions of viewers, millions of likes, have performed on Good Morning America, have performed for the President of the United States. And Francis is a recent graduate of the program. Ronan, Stephen, and Dara are current students here, and we're all incredibly proud of the lads here at the University of Galway. And they're great ambassadors for the region, for the university, for Ireland, and they're having huge success. So a lot of the TikTok lads from Corja are currently studying with us. And then just to give you some examples of some of our graduates as well. So Aubrey Dolan is a senior product manager at Adidas, or Adidas, however you like to pronounce that. Annette Donnelly has worked with Sony Music Ireland. Gavin Duffy has worked with Connacht Rugby. And just to say then, if you want to be a president, if you look across a lot of presidents across the country, Michael D. Higgins, the president of Ireland, is a BCom graduate. The president of the University of Galway is a BCom graduate. And the president of the Business Studies Teachers Association of Ireland is a BCom graduate. So you might have a question at the end is, what can I do with a business degree? If I study medicine, I'm a doctor. What am I at the end of a business degree? And the cliche answer is that you can do anything. You can go into careers in areas such as teaching. You can work as an accountant, HR manager, entrepreneur, cybersecurity analyst, business development manager. You might work in translation if you study a language. There's a huge variety of different areas. You might work in marketing and communications. So a Bachelor of Commerce degree or a business degree really is a door to many doors. So you come into a business program and you come out and you can be whatever you want to be. And you're provided with full supports along the journey to kind of figure out what's your strength, what's your niche, what's your expertise, and really help put a shape on the career direction that you might be going in. Very briefly, just to talk about Galway City as a region. Obviously, it's an incredible city to live in, to study in. It's a fantastic size for a city. So it's very compact. Everything's within walking distance. The university campus to the city, it's very close. Students make up to about 20% of the population here in Galway. So it's a very young, vibrant, and fun city to live in. And a city that's very diverse, really rich culture here within the west of Ireland. And often there's a lot of celebrations of the arts and our unique connection to the Gaeltacht communities here within Galway City. So it's an incredible city to work in, to live in, to study in, and I would highly recommend it. Then just to say, part of the university experience, it's about getting involved with clubs and societies. So we have 47 active sports clubs here on campus. It can involve indoor sports, outdoor sports, martial arts, off-campus sports. So loads of different exciting opportunities. And we've over 100 societies then. So there's something for everyone. So it's an opportunity to join, make friends, meet like-minded people, and really have those experiences. Those experiences that help develop you as a person. So we want you coming out of your program of choice. You have the personal development, you have the professional development, really that holistic development as a well-rounded individual coming out of the programs. And clubs and societies are a fantastic way to build yourself and your confidence and your friend network. Then just to very briefly mention around accommodation. So we're obviously aware that there's a national crisis happening across the country at the moment. I did just want to make you aware of the on-campus residences and the off-campus residences, but also to bring to your attention that we do have a new accommodation complex that is currently being constructed and is due for completion in 2023. And this is going to have 674 new beds. So we hope that this might take some of the pressure off our students finding accommodation next year. So that's it for me. I really just want to say thank you for watching the presentation. We hope that you found it to be beneficial. Um, we are always here to support you on this journey. It's a very exciting time for students now. I know you might be under a lot of pressure if you're currently finishing your leaving cert. Um, or these next couple of months will be busy, but the reward when you finish is ultimately very worth it. You get to come to a university campus like ours and really just have an absolutely transformative experience. So just to say, we're always here to fully support you on that journey. If you ever have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. So I've included some links to our prospectus. I've included some links to our social media channels. And if you ever have any questions around business programs, please feel free to send us an email, business@universityofgalway.ie, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. So thank you very much for listening. I wish you all the best with your studies and your future education, and I hope to see you at the University of Galway campus very soon.